You know how we do when we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. We got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through.
Hello and welcome to Between Classes Sports. We're here. We're not live, but we're here. We got a lot of sports action for you. I'm your host, Nicholas Austin Holliday, here with my co-host,
Antoine Jackson.
Antoine. So we're down to the end of the college basketball season.
Definitely. A lot of shockers, a lot of upsets. Kansas was knocked off, by a thriving Villanova team that shot from all over the court, and they were able to knock off the Big 12 champion.
Look, I know a lot of people pick Kansas to go all the way, but I never picked Kansas to go all the way. I'm not saying they're not a good team, but I didn't see it for them going all the way.
Well, Bill Self, they had a good chance. They had Perry Ellis out there. They had Graham as one of the point guards. I felt like the referees had some, cheap calls on a very pivotal player for the game. But, you can't put the ball in the referee's hands. The kid, he was 5 and 9 for downtown. But at the end of the day, some of Kansas' other players, they should have stepped up. And, they just really didn't come through in a clutch situation. And Villanova pretty much took over and did some of the things that, you expected Kansas to do, basically.
Look, and they didn't have Villanova. Villanova didn't have one guy that just took it to him and just gave him everything. It was consistent, man. They had, what do they have? 4 players in double digits scoring. So
right, they had nice ball handling skills. They protected the basketball, and their coach, he was cool under pressure. Bill Self, it seemed like he kind of had another meltdown again, right in the big moment when he was expected to, make things happen. It just didn't really happen like that, and the Jayhawks were sent home crying again, But the thing that's funny to me, though, is like one of the Kansas Jayhawks players, one of their freshmen, he declared for the draft, and it was just kind of surprising. It just, he didn't even show up during the game versus Villanova, and, now he's declaring. They say he has a lot of potential, but, that just, hopefully he doesn't sound an agent, but, as far as he's nowhere near Andrew Wiggins or anything like that from what I saw.
Look, when you kind of come out of nowhere and declare for the draft, and I think this is true for college basketball and college football, when you just kind of come out of nowhere and you declare for the draft like that, especially when you don't have a lot of hype, I think that has a lot to do with either stuff personally going on with you, or there's something with the program, and you don't want to be around that program anymore.
Right, the kid was like a McDonald's All-American. He was a McDonald's MVP, actually, at the McDonald's game. He was like a Michael Jordan Classic MVP. A lot of potential, things to that nature. But, I heard that Dwayne Bacon is planning on coming back to school for Florida State. And, he definitely would have had a bigger mark than this kid from Kansas. So, sometimes I just kind of wonder, what these kids' heads are, things of that nature. Maybe something went wrong with the coaching staff. But maybe he should have been in the rotation. Maybe that's why Kansas didn't go as deep, because Bill Self did not have the kid enough. So maybe he's trying to prove a point. I don't know. But it just kind of baffled me a little bit. But maybe he doesn't like the coach or something to that nature also.
No, and I mean that's true. Like I said, is when things like that happen, it's up in the air. Like, what's going on? Is there something going on in the program? It kind of reminds me of LSU.
Right.
When their football team was just bleeding underclassmen, declaring for the draft like year after year, and everybody was like, well, if you guys stay one more year, they could be a top, 15 pick, first round pick. They didn't care.
No,
they were just going.
Nah, as far as LSU, I don't really know what's the situation over there. It's one thing is understood. If a player understands he's going to go to the NFL or NBA, he's going to go and he's going to do what he wants to do over there in Louisiana. As far as the reality that's surrounded by these players, it's pretty obvious. Ben Simmons, as you saw this year, Player of the Year, potentially the number 1 overall draft pick, academically ineligible when it came time for the tournament or something of that nature. So, it was kind of a disappointment to a lot of people. Like, how are you the potentially number 1 overall drafted player in the draft and you're not even going to class, even though I understand you're going to the league. He already has a $100 million contract, things to that nature, but, you don't want to go to class. I mean, all you gotta do is go to class. So that's a kind of a bad situation. But for the kid, he's still going to the NBA. But at the same time, I think if that's the case, we got to make sure that we get these character of these guys. Because, you know, if a player's doing like that, I kind of question if he's really going to be an animal on the court when it's time said and done. Because, you know, the SEC player and NCAA tournament player are two different beasts. So now you coming from high school going into the NBA and you haven't seen all the dogs you think you've seen. So you got guys popping out of nowhere. Like USF has a guy that's going to go test the waters of the NBA. He's not hiring an agent, but he wants to go see what's going on. So, you know, when you skip that type of basketball play, that type of competition, you might be setting yourself up for some animalistic situations, definitely.
Look, and like you said, you know, you skipping class. He was skipping class, but he wasn't working on his jump shot.
No.
Because that didn't develop at all during the season.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, if you're going to be skipping class and you trying to take it to the next level, then you need to be taking your game to the next level.
Right. He potentially looks okay, but I don't know. He seems a little soft. I could be wrong. I don't know. Hopefully not. He could be meaner, but definitely not playing in the NCAA tournament is something that's going to pretty much hurt him. You know, moving on to players who did play in the tournament, Buddy Hield had a fantastic showing. You know, the young man shot from all over the place and definitely improved his stock as far as NCAA tournament, as far as NBA who's who. A lot of people have become Buddy Hield fans overnight.
Look, Buddy Hield went out there and put up 37 points on Oregon
in 40 minutes.
He shot the lights out.
I was shocked.
I mean, I know he's good. He's
right.
a good player, but he took it to the next level.
Right. We know at this point they're going to game plan against Buddy. Buddy said when he heard Kobe Bryant was in the building, he felt like he had to take over. So when a person hears a statement like that, when the kid says, oh, since Kobe's in the building, I have to do what I have to do, that lets me know that it's a dog in the building and watch out. And, you know, a lot of people are just waiting to see what Buddy Hield's going to do this weekend. You know, Villanova's a strong team, definitely, but right now it's a Buddy Hield alert. Definitely. In Oklahoma, they've been hovering around the top 5 the last couple of years. They had Blake Griffin come out of there recently. So, you know, they're trying to show that they are a basketball program also, not just football. So, they definitely have a player with Buddy Hield in the building.
Look, I think when it comes down to it, right now my pick to just go all the way is North Carolina. Right now, I mean, I like teams. You know, like I say, Villanova looks good, but and earlier in the season, I didn't see this with North Carolina. I don't think they were that good. I mean, I knew they were solid, but I didn't think they were this good. But I also don't think that they're not world beaters. You know, and this year in college basketball, it's so up and down. Like, there's no truly dominant team. So you can be a above average team and win a championship this year.
Well, yeah, that's a situation, definitely. But the thing is, with a lot of people have Carolina going all the way. Seems like they may have the pieces finally to make it happen. You know, we had a chance to cover Carolina last year. We had a chance to see these guys. So a lot of players on that team right now, we've seen them over in Jacksonville last year. So it looked like they're starting to answer the bell. And, you know, Bryce Johnson, Marcus Page, Joe Barry, you know, these guys are making a name for themselves. And Roy Williams, you know, at one point they were saying he was maybe getting fired this year. Now they're saying he's the favorite to win it all.
Now he's jumping on the sidelines with a hat on.
Celebrating
with his team.
He's fainted on the sidelines this year. He's passed out.
Cutting nets down.
Now we're hearing about if he beats Syracuse, he's going for the championship. And not saying that Syracuse can't beat Carolina because Jim Boeheim's a great coach himself, but in the ACC, Carolina was the top team in the ACC this year.
Look, this year, it didn't even take this year to solidify it because all you heard from a lot of other people was, Kentucky, they get the number 1 recruiting class after number 1 recruiting class, and they got knocked out in the beginning of the tournament. There is no other conference that compares to the ACC when it comes to basketball.
The ACC's conference is definitely dynamic. I mean, Florida State didn't even make the tournament, but maybe we see why they didn't make it. Now, I heard Their team went down after there was a key injury. I heard Dwayne Baker's supposed to be coming back, possibly to the.
Well, he didn't sign with an agent, so he's testing the waters, but
which is rightfully so. Rightfully so.
I can't blame him.
Test the waters, see what they say, see if he's ready. If not, come to school. He say he loves Tallahassee. Now you have a kid thinking, he may come back for the school. Do it. Get a little bit more grooming, do some things, but test the waters. If you hear your name called early enough, you go to the NBA. If not, you stay another year, get some more season, then you go to the NBA definitely next year. I mean,
he's gonna be a millionaire no matter when he goes to the NBA.
Either way it goes.
This year or next year,
he's gonna
be a millionaire.
Just kind of just know when to jump. I would say definitely after next year, definitely make the jump. If not this year, but the ACC had Virginia, who was beaten by Syracuse in a wild finish. Syracuse went on a 20-4 run. Quit Richardson for Syracuse. Came out of nowhere. He's rocking the number 23. Kid had like 23, 25 points, something to that nature. Took over the game. Going to the hole. They were causing turnovers. The other team Virginia the ball handlers didn't show up. Either they didn't show up or they didn't have it because the press for Syracuse got so physical. And after Jim Boeheim, after they finished pressing the team and took the lead, then they stopped running the press and set up in the half-court defense like, oh, yeah, we got you. And they just took over the game from there. And Virginia, the players were left crying. Virginia had to play ACC Player of the Year. They were up by at least 13 points late in the game. And Syracuse just cut their head off the snake, basically.
Look, when you, as a team, when you live by a specific style of play, you die by it. So it's for a team like the Warriors. They live by the three, you die by the three. If your team is often missing threes, they're probably going to lose a game. Virginia, they play a very slow pace of basketball. They control the clock. They like to run that clock down. So as a team, when that's how you play, you have to maximize every possession. What happened was they were up. They were controlling the game. It looked like a slow kill, like the anaconda was just wrapping around the body, just slowly sucking the life out of them. And Syracuse couldn't do anything with them, especially down low. They were killing Syracuse down low. But look what happened. Once Syracuse made a run, Virginia, they didn't know how to go up tempo. They didn't know what to do.
Syracuse lived up to the expectations. Syracuse showed, they answered. They were the dark horse of this tournament, definitely. Definitely the dark horse of the Elite Eight. Nobody saw them beating Virginia. It was a 9-point spread or what have you as far as who would beat who when. Boeheim came and showed everybody that, he's coached Carmelo Anthony, he's coached Rasheed, he's coached John Wallace, should I say. He's coached Lawrence Moulton. He's some of the best basketball players. He's coached Derek Coleman. So he's coached some of the better players in Big East ACC history. So whatever pedigree he's bringing into the building, Virginia wasn't ready for what he brought, and Syracuse cut down the nets, and now they got to get ready to see North Carolina. But I know North Carolina won't be sleeping on these guys at all. They're going to take them very seriously at this point. You have to.
Oh, most definitely. And I was of that mindset that I didn't think that Syracuse deserved to be in the tournament. I think there were more deserving teams. A lot of people say, well, look where they are now. Well, you can't project to the future. They didn't deserve to be in the tournament at that time. But, I mean, they maximized it.
Well, no, they deserve.
You think so?
They in the Final Four.
No, I'm saying they're in the Final Four now, but going into the tournament, we could have never foreseen that this was going to happen.
Well, they're in the ACC. That speaks for the ACC. A 10 seed out of the ACC comes in, goes to the Final Four, and they had to be the ACC team to get there. Not saying they would have beat the Oregon or Oklahoma maybe, but the ACC had Miami, they had Syracuse, Virginia, North Carolina. Some people felt NC State should have been in there.
Like we said,
Duke,
I mean,
you know what I mean? Who else ain't them sloppy with?
Look,
I don't know.
Look, I don't want to talk about Duke because Coach
K. They got what they deserve.
Coach K is proven to
be a hater.
Yeah, he's proven this season to me. I've never disliked Coach K, but this season he's proven to just kind of
rub you the wrong way.
Yeah, it's from the Grayson Allen trippings where he didn't suspend him or anything either time.
No.
Blatant, obvious trippings where you can injure somebody.
Right.
You know, from those to not doing anything to, you know, calling. I call what do you call Leonard Hamilton from Florida State? Florida State's coach and apologized when he tripped XRM at the end of the game. What is that? You're not his dad.
Well,
are you Grayson Allen's dad? Like, why are you calling the coach to apologize?
Well, I think with Grayson Allen, he's gonna you know, he showed a little bad sportsmanship after the Brooks shot the 3 late. He didn't want to hug him. But I'm like, how you gonna get mad at this guy? You've been tripping people all year. You know, I'm confused. I'm baffled again. Like, you've been tripping people all year, but you get mad because somebody shot late.
If you don't want somebody to score, stop them.
My thing is with that attitude, and Brooks, he disappointed me because he didn't shoot the ball at all against Oklahoma. He let Buddy Hill just shoot everywhere. Now, so with him, Brooks, I'm upset. You shoot the game late with Duke. Then Buddy Hill shooting light side and you don't shoot at all. I don't know what, but the kid got game. He showed Brooks definitely got game. I'm like, why does he shoot the ball more? I think when he heard the situation with Coach K, that probably threw him off a little bit mentally. The coach should have challenged his guy. I don't know if he really challenged him at that time, but that's another situation. But as far as Grayson Allen is concerned, when he declares for the NBA draft, he wouldn't have to worry because they're going to be plenty of guys every time they see this kid. They're going to give him the best shot. Since they see what type of person he really is on the court, so if you want to trip players blatantly, because, you know, basketball players, we don't like that. You know, real players, you know, okay, you a tripper, that's cool. You're going to get the maximum effort out of all these guys. So he's only putting more pressure on himself through training camp, through practice, through the game. So he's going to end up being a good player, but they're going to push him to the maximum with that attitude he has, definitely.
And, I mean, they're going to push him to the max, but I don't think Grayson Allen's a superstar.
I mean, he's nice. I mean, he's a cool dude. Lost a lot. You know, they followed the kid a lot. I mean, he was a high school All-American dunk contest. He's out of Jacksonville. So I know his attitude. You know, I know he's a Floridian. I know his culture. I'm not knocking that. He from Florida. They do stuff like that. I don't know why. We're not gonna go there. But at the same time, you know, he gonna see some real dogs with that attitude. So, you know, maybe that's how he got to where he's at by tripping people. I don't know. But, you know, you got to draw the line somewhere.
Discipline.
Right.
You discipline your players. And I think Coach K didn't want to discipline him because Coach K knew what he was doing. Coach K was looking towards the tournament,
of course,
and saying, I'm not going to suspend, you know, possibly my best player. So, I mean, Coach K knew what he was doing, but when it's so obvious and it's so blatant, you have to set an example for the other players. You have to say, look, this is not okay. He basically said, I want to win above anything else.
Yeah, his players have been known to kick you in the chest. His players, they haven't just started this yesterday. Christian Laettner stomped on somebody's chest back in the day.
Christian Laettner.
Grayson Allen tripping people. You know, that's why Miami had to beat him with the lateral, with the 8 laterals. That's why we took him down in history like that.
Look.
At Duke. They do stuff like that, but karma's funny like that, so it's cool. It's all right.
Grayson Allen is going to have a Christian Laettner type of NBA career.
I mean, he may have he may have a JJ Redick type, but I don't think he shoots like JJ.
He's not a shooter like that.
He's not a shooter like JJ. So, and JJ had a little bit more respect for the game, so we'll see what's up with Grayson Allen. But them boys gonna put some serious lockdown defense. I hope his handler's ready because they're gonna be on him. But he can finish at the bucket. He is athletic, so.
Oh, most definitely. I just don't. I don't see a superstar written on him, but you never know. I can't say that because you know
they're still young. He only 19, 20 years old.
It makes you think about Steph Curry and a lot of people. I hear so many people now saying like, "Well, I knew Steph Curry was gonna be a star." No. Well, you're a liar. Like if you say that, you're a liar.
You know this lying.
You did not know that Steph Curry was gonna be this stone cold assassin that he is in the NBA.
No.
Not what I mean. He was giving them the business when he was at Davidson in college, but there's no way you could sit here and tell me that you knew this 6'3" guy that weighs 160 pounds soaking wet.
They definitely would have put him over Carmelo at this. They would have over Carmelo.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. But look at him now. So you never know.
Yeah, not exactly. Now Curry over Carmelo is a no-brainer.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Curry over almost everybody in the NBA.
But Curry over Carmelo though, that's crazy though.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was all Carmelo and LeBron. Like Carmelo was going at it with the Knicks and the Heat.
You know what happened with Carmelo? Carmelo never developed. Like, Carmelo's really good. Carmelo can score. He's a volume scorer. But I don't feel like Carmelo, like, for instance, LeBron James. LeBron came in, athletic, freak, physical specimen, but he's developed. I mean, it's his jump shot great? No, but it's gotten better.
Melo finna get out of New York sooner or later. I think he's gonna leave some type of way. Like, once he get around the end, he might be gone.
And look, everything that Melo came in with, Melo still has, and it hasn't improved. Melo's a scorer.
He should have went to Chicago. They could really use him right now. He could be with them right now. Because, I mean, with what Phil did to the team, I like the Porzingis is cool, but they're not going to the playoffs again. How long is Melo not going to go to the playoffs? We don't know. He wants a ring. I mean, I've been hearing rumblings about him trying to get on the dream team with D-Wade and LeBron.
I guess he cut the bridge for a reason.
They're screaming LeBron ass, saying that if they don't win it all, he might slide
or
back.
Go back to Miami. Yeah, I heard that. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Right now, he's making max contracts. He already has a couple rings.
They say he only did it for a year though.
Well, he has clout.
They say he only did the contract for a year. I said,
but Kevin Love signed a what, 5-year deal?
that's Kevin Love business.
You know, Kyrie, they saying he's heartbroken right now. I don't want to get into all that.
It's crazy.
You know, I saw something that said, "Hey guys, you can make $15 million and still get cheated on." I'm not gonna get into all that though. I don't know that whole story. I don't know what happened. Just sometimes
that's
it's just
what's going on with Kyrie is later on.
that's what they say. I don't know.
With a hooper or somebody else that ain't hooping.
A rapper, but not. I didn't even recognize the name. I read the name. I was like, I don't know who that is. Like the boy next door.
Was it Young Dolph or somebody?
No, like somebody next door. Like the kid next door, the
like
neighbor next door. That's
Cannon,
the name.
A Nick Cannon type rapper.
No, that's the name of the rapper. Like the boy next door. Or something like that. Somebody. Look.
We're going to have to come back next week. We out of here. Between the Classes magazine, I'm Antoine Jackson.
I'm Nicholas Austin Holiday.
We'll be back. As the NBA turns college basketball, we out of here.
We're going to touch on the college basketball championship, of course.
To.
You know how we do it, we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through, no slacking. Make it happen, we grinding hard, we grinding hard. You know how we do it, we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through, no slacking. Make it happen, we grinding hard, we grinding hard. You know how we do it, we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through,